Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberations in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. Clerk, next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
No messages.
Order number 4, petitions.
No petitions.
Order number 5, papers.
We have no papers.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
No notices of motions.
Order number 7, statements.
No statements.
Order number 8, committee of the whole house.
Okay. Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024, and we will start with clause 3.
Clause 3.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 3 be part of the bill. Mover. Move the amendment.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to move the amendment of clause 3 as indicated in the order paper. I call upon Honorable Virginia to second.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second the amendment as proposed. Thank you.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 3 be amended as proposed. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as are opposed to the opinion say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say ayes. Aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
Clause 4 has no amendment. I therefore propose that Clause 4 be part of the bill. I put the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many are of contrary to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Honorable members, I propose that Clause 5 be part of the bill. I now put the question that Clause 5 be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
Honorable members, I propose that Clause 6 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I put the question that Clause 6 be part of the bill. As many are of that opinion say aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Yeah. Honorable members, I propose that Clause 7 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that Clause 7 be amended as indicated in the order paper. I do call Honorable Jogona Mwaura, MCA Elbagon, to second.
I do second.
Honorable members, I propose that Clause 7 be amended as proposed. Honorable members, I put the question that Clause 7 be amended as proposed. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Honorable members, I propose that Clause 2 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I put the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. As many are of that opinion say aye. As many as contrary to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Wrong title.
Honorable members, I propose that the long title be part of the bill. Honorable members, I put the question that the title be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Honorable members, I propose that Clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I put the question that Clause 1 be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as opposed to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, we are now at the report of the Committee of the Whole. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Nakuru County Alcoholic and Drink Amendment Bill with amendments, Bill number 1 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I will now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024 and its approval thereof with amendments. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of contrary to the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024 and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you. Mover.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I do call upon Honorable Virginia Helsgate to second.
Honorable Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the bill with the amendments. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the said reports. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024 be now read a third time. I do call upon Honorable Alex to second.
Honorable Alex.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I do second.
Thank you. I'll propose the question, the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024 be now read at that time. I'll put the question, which is the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Amendment Bill number 1 of 2024 be now read at that time. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
The Nakuru County Revenue Allocation Amendment Bill number 1 of 2023, a bill for an act of County Assembly of Nakuru to amend the Nakuru County Revenue Allocation Act let me repeat. The Nakuru County Alcoholic Drink Control Amendment Bill 2024, a bill for an act of a County Assembly of Nakuru to amend the Nakuru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Act 2014 and for connected purposes, third reading.
Clerk, next order.
Order number 9, motion.
We have a motion by Honorable Karanja, the Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Tourism and Cooperative. We are having a motion by Honorable Alex Mbogwa, the Chair, Committee on Budget.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are having a technical hitch. Like for 1 minute, we talk with the guys who are managing them.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll proceed with the motion, mainly on the report on the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the County Physical Strategy Paper 2024. Mr. Speaker, I'll have an overview. The document is already fed into the system. You can access it there. We have also provided an annexer of each and every ward, how much you're getting. I think you have the annexer with you. Honorable Speaker, the County Physical Policy Strategy Paper, CFSP, is prepared as part of the county budget process pursuant to Section 117 of the Public Finance Management Act, PFMA 2012. The CFSP 2024 is the second to be prepared under the current county administration and aims to provide guidance on the county physical policy framework underpinning the county medium-term expenditure framework, MTF 2024-2025, 2026-2027 period. Honorable Speaker, the current physical policy has been influenced by external factors that includes a slow recovery in the global supply, high cost of fuel, and national inflationary pressure. The global economy is projected to expand marginally by 2.9%, World Bank and IMF projections, while national economy is estimated to grow by 5.5% higher than sub-Saharan economy growth projection of 4.0%. Projections for the national economic outlook are informed by the expected outcomes of government interventions through bottom-up economic transformation agenda, or BETA, and other measures taken to address market failures and manage the cost of living. Mr. Speaker, I think members can see the other outlooks up to number 7, where observing the above physical considerations, Honorable Speaker, the county government has proposed a budget of Kenyan shillings 19.9 billion Kenyan shillings in 2024-2025, rising marginally 6% from the current approved estimates financial year 2023-2024. This budget will be financed by transfer of nationally raised revenues, equitable share of Kenyan shillings 15.6 billion, representing 78%, and mobilization of Kenyan shillings 4.3 billion on source revenue, OSR, that account for 22% of the total county revenues. Further, Honorable Speaker, the county treasury does not envisage deficit financing in the medium term, and therefore shall maintain a balanced budget in order to mobilize OSR. The county government will embark on instituting structural and system reforms, including issuance of unified business permits, content automation in ad-based revenue streams, and leveraging on gains made in correction under Facility Improvement Fund, FIF. Mr. Speaker, members can follow on 9 and 10, that is of page 10. Page 11, Mr. Speaker, we go to the 12th. In finalizing this CFSP 2024, Honorable Speaker, the county treasurer requested and received variable input from the county department and agencies and PFM institutions at the national level. Further, the public participation exercise conducted. Mr. Speaker, is like the sabotage. Further, the public participation exercise conducted in January 2024 allowed for correction and harmonization of critical information and proposals from the residents of Nakuru and other interested parties. Mr. Speaker, upon consideration and adoption, Honorable Speaker, all county departments and agencies are advised to strictly adhere to the budget ceiling in finalization of MTF budget estimates 2024-2025, 2026-2027. The legal framework on that, Mr. Speaker, is on page 11, Mr. Speaker, of which the county physical strategy paper was prepared in accordance with section 117 of the Public Financial Management Act 2012, which states that, Mr. Speaker, the status are as shown there. Mr. Speaker, I'll move to page 13, whereby I'll give the budget framework and the medium-term physical framework summary. Revenue projections, Mr. Speaker. Revenue collection from local owned source revenue, including FIF and national transfers, is projected to increase to 19.8 billion. From what we received last year, 18.7 billion. Equitable share will form the largest part of revenues at Kenyan shillings 13.8 billion, with on-sales revenue at 4.28 billion, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the county government continues to strengthen external resource mobilization efforts and projects rising from Kenyan shillings 906 million from development partners. The county also projects to receive 907 million as conditional and unconditional grants from the national government. Expenditure projections, page 14, Mr. Speaker. I think members can follow that, so that we move to the physical structural reforms, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, page 15, you realize that, Honorable Speaker, in line with the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, amended 2019, Nakuru County has expanded its urban areas by establishing 2 municipalities, that is Gilgil Municipality and Molo, in line with the Urban Areas and Cities Act. The move will likely require additional funding to operationalize these municipalities during the medium term. Mr. Speaker, we move to agenda number 26. The county acknowledges the challenges in executing the development budget, particularly attributed to procurement issues, weak contract management, and the disbursement of funds from the National Treasury. That is a major issue that is noted here, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have financial year 2024-25 and medium-term budget priorities. And these are the budget priorities, Mr. Speaker. They are indicated from 27, 28, and 29. And in 29, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, the policy strategies guiding resource allocation into financial year 2024-2025 and the medium term include leveraging on growth in productive sectors, promotion of access to quality and affordable healthcare services, operationalization and expansion of county physical and social infrastructure, creating enabling environment for social, economic recovery and private sector growth, county public service reforms, enhancing governance, transparency, and accountability. Criteria for resource allocation, Mr. Speaker, is indicated, and you'll get at 31, stipulates that a minimum of 30% of county revenue be allocated towards development. The Nakuru County Revenue Act also requires that at least 45% of the development allocation, raise conditional grants and AIA, be set towards wards that we have. And as such, Mr. Speaker, we have our wards receiving 1.65 billion Kenyan shillings to help us with that. Honorable Speaker, allocation from the equitable share according to the BPS 2024 amounts to 13.802 billion. Project grants from development partners and national government projects at a cost of 1.813 billion. And on-source revenue projected to Kenyan shillings 4.28 billion, of which Kenyan shillings 1.8 billion is projected to FIF collections and 2.4 billion from other local sources. Mr. Speaker, on number 33, we have the numbers there, Roman 1 to Roman number 9. I know members can quickly scan through and get to that. Details of sector priorities, Mr. Speaker, on page 19, members can follow that from 34 to 37, Mr. Speaker, because we have given proper details from RANDs and all the other sectors, Mr. Speaker, so that members can follow on the same. And we shall move now to the departments that we have here, Mr. Speaker. On page 20, Mr. Speaker, page 20 will get land, physical planning, housing, urban development. The subsector, Honorable Speaker, plays an important role in the socio-economic development of Nakuru County. Mr. Speaker, the literature that is given there, I know many members are aware of it. And on this, Mr. Speaker, we shall move to the different sections of this, of which page 23, Mr. Speaker, we shall be dealing with Moro municipality. In Moro municipality, this is one of the newest municipalities that we have. Honorable Speaker, the municipality will use its allocation to rehabilitate municipality offices, recruit 24 members of staff, pave 300 parking slots, develop municipality infrastructure, master plan, install 15 solar street lights, install 30 litre bins, rehabilitate of 3 green space parks, construct 6 juakari sheds, construct 3 markets, rehabilitate 3 social halls, and mark 15 events, including national celebrations, and conduct 16 public engagement fora. Of that, Mr. Speaker, we'll move to agenda number 50, which is Gilgil Municipality. Honorable Speaker, the municipality intends to construct 300 new parking slots, install 15 new street lights, develop 1 municipal infrastructure development master plan, install 35 litter bins within the municipality, construction of the juakari sheds, 3 markets, social halls, and even 15 public forums. Mr. Speaker, Nakuru City, on the same, Nakuru City agenda has been tabled there, Mr. Speaker, also from the Naivasha section, Mr. Speaker, because that form part of what we have as the municipal or part of the lands, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on energy infrastructure, information and communication and technology sector, the literature will get there, Mr. Speaker. We have taken members to detail. That I'm talking of agenda number 51 of what we have. That is on page 23. And Honorable Speaker, upgrading the county website is another crucial area of focus in this. The ICT sector plans to establish digital hubs within the municipalities that we have, and also across each and every ward. Mr. Speaker, allow me to move to the education sector. There is literature that has been given, or the committee has noted on the same, but of major thing there is on bursaries, Mr. Speaker, building, capacity building for the members of this department and also members of this assembly. We have bursaries, we have scholarships, implementation of school feeding program. This is one that the last CFSP envisaged, Mr. Speaker, and has piloted in Njoro. And I think within the next 2 or 3 weeks, Mr. Speaker, it will be going through the entire county. Recruitment of optimal staff, Mr. Speaker, I think recently we have been advertising the teachers, the ECD teachers, so I think this department is only so it fit that we uphold such program that they have. It is one of the most stable departments doing some good work. General economic and commercial affairs, Mr. Speaker, in the MTF period 2024-2025, Mr. Speaker, you will get the literature of all that on page 25, Mr. Speaker. And this one will move even to the trade exhibitions, among other variables, Mr. Speaker, training and market linkages within the county that we have. On page 28, Mr. Speaker, I will bring in the county treasury. Under this department, Mr. Speaker, the literature is quite to the details that members can scrutinize. As we have on page 28, we have agenda number 68, 69, 70, 71, of which there is quite some literature here, whereby we even get how we shall be raising the revenues that we have, Mr. Speaker. On such revenue, we have indicated that we shall be having 4.3 billion on what we shall be collecting as Nakuru County projection, Mr. Speaker. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, through the Youth Empowerment Program, you have another report. Mm-hmm. 30. Honorable Speaker, thank you for that. I think my pages have Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I was on County Treasury, and on the 26th of this page, 27, I think we have explained that, Honorable Speaker. We have the Public Service Devolution, Citizen Engagement and Disaster Management, and Humanitarian Assistance. Mr. Speaker, that will form an agenda that we have. The MTEF have been classified here, and we have all of it here, Mr. Speaker. When members are following through the part that we have on the table, they can follow these all through, Mr. Speaker. The County Public Service Board. Honorable Speaker, the subsector will work towards enhancing service delivery by providing adequate office space for its members and secretly develop human resource management system that will enhance ease of receiving of job applications, long listing and short listing of candidates, Mr. Speaker. And we shall also have the Office of the Attorney General, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Office of the county serves as the principal legal advisor of the county government with 3 distinct directorates, namely runs conversing services, litigation services, and administration. Their budgets have been indicated there. The County Assembly, Mr. Speaker, where we are, Mr. Speaker, this is very crucial when we come to how we deal with our matters here, Mr. Speaker. And it has, this document has indicated every literature that is supposed to be here, Mr. Speaker. And I asked members to follow on the same. Public participation sector, subsector, hearings and involvement of stakeholders. Mr. Speaker, that will fall from Agenda 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. And now, Mr. Speaker, sir, I'll move to sector ceilings that we have. Agriculture, livestock, fisheries, and veterinary services. Mr. Speaker, the committee proposes to that this subsector ceiling be Kenyan shillings 1.3 with other figures thereof comprising of billions, comprising of 374.8 million Kenyan shillings for compensation of employees and 109.7 billion Kenyan shilling, million Kenyan shillings for use of goods and services, and 826.6 million Kenyan shillings for development. This allocation is 6.6%. Runs physical planning, housing, and urban development. Honorable Speaker, in this sector, we shall be having a ceiling of 575.2 million Kenyans for comprising of 106.6 for compensation to employees, 75.7 million Kenyan shillings for use of goods, 392.8 for development. This allocation is 2.9. Nakuru City will be receiving 122.8, which comprises of Kenyan shillings 37.37 for compensation of employees, Kenyan shillings 30.5 for use of goods, and Kenyan shillings 55 million for development. Naivasha municipality, Mr. Speaker, we shall be having a ceiling of 85 million, 13.4 million for employee compensation, 24.8 for use of goods and services, 47 million for development. Mr. Speaker, that is 0.4 of development. Gilgil municipality, Mr. Speaker, we shall be having a subsector ceiling of Kenyan shillings 58.2 million Kenyan shillings, which comprises of Kenyan shillings 3.2 million, 3.2 million for compensation of employees, 15.0 for use of goods and services, and 40 million for development within Gilgil. Mr. Speaker, I think this one has been cited as the benefit of municipalities that we have. Moro municipality, Mr. Speaker, we shall be having a subsector ceiling of Kenyan shillings 51.8, which comprises of 3.3 for compensation of employees, 13.5 for use of goods and services, and Kenyan shillings 35 million for development expenditure. This allocation is 0.3% of the total budget. In education, Mr. Speaker, the committee proposes that subsector ceiling be Kenyan shillings 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings, comprising of 609.2 for compensation of employees and 504.2 for use of goods and services, 155.7 for development. This allocation is 6.4%. Youth, sports, gender, and social services, the committee proposes that the subsector ceiling be Kenyan shillings 325 million Kenyan shilling, comprising of 120.9 for compensation to employees, and Kenyan shillings 126.1 for use of goods and services, and 78.3 for development. This allocation is 1.1%. Infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, sir, subsector ceilings will be 697.2 millions, comprising of 117.7 for compensation of employees, 169 for use of goods and services, 410 for development. This allocation is 3.5%. Water, environment, energy and climate change and natural resources. Honorable Speaker, the committee proposes this subsector ceiling be Kenyan shillings 603.1, comprising of 239.7 for compensation of employees, 61.3 for use of goods and services, 302 for development. This allocation is 3.3. Trade, industrialization, cooperatives, and tourism. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee proposes that we set aside 469.9 million Kenyan shillings, comprising of 107.85 for compensation to employees and 122.8 for use of goods and services, 239 for development. Health sector, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee proposes this sector ceiling be at Kenyan shillings 7.598 billion Kenyan shillings, comprising of 4.5 billion Kenyan shillings for compensation of employees, and Kenyan shillings 2.38 billion for use of goods and services, 649.1 for development. This allocation is 38.2% of the total budget. We also advocate that, Mr. Speaker, sir, that when in this sector we have those retiring, Mr. Speaker, the amounts of the retirees be retained in this department for proper operationalization of the health sector, because it is critical to the well growth of our county. Office of the Governor, we shall have 420 million, of which 136 for compensation of employees, 243 for use of goods and services, and Kenyan shillings 40 million for development expenditure. County Treasury, Mr. Speaker, we shall be having the committee process that the subsector ceiling be Kenyan shillings 3.97, comprising billion, comprising of 536 for compensation, million shillings for compensation of to employees, 945 million Kenyan shillings for use of goods and services, 2.4 billion for development. This allocation 20% of the total budget. Honorable Speaker, this will include the county treasury development and the ward development resource envelope of Kenyan shillings 1.65 billion Kenyan shillings to go to the wards. Mr. Speaker, we shall move to the public service devolution, citizen engagement, disaster management, of which we shall be having 801.8 million Kenyan shillings, comprising of 641.9 for compensation of employees, 106.7 for use of millions for use of goods and services, and 70.2 million Kenyan shillings for development expenditure. This allocation is 41.1% of the total budget. County Public Service Board, Mr. Speaker, we shall be having a ceiling of 82.3 million Kenyan shillings, 39 of which will go to compensation of employees, and Kenyan shillings 37.7 million Kenyan shillings for use of goods and services, and Kenyan shillings 5 million for development. Office of the County Attorney, Honorable Speaker, 65 million Kenyan shillings will be used in that office, of which 27.1 will go to compensation of employees, 35.3 million for use of goods and services, and 3 million for development. The County Assembly, Mr. Speaker, sir, this subsector ceiling will receive 1.364 billion Kenyan shillings, of which comprises of 463.7 for compensation of employees, Kenyan shillings 725.4 for use of goods and services, and Kenyan shillings 175 million for development expenditure. This allocation is 6.9% of the total budget. Mr. Speaker, we shall then move to the annexure at the back, whereby each and every ward has been indicated the ward allocation using the formula of population 26%, area square 7%, and equal share 67% of this. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether members would want me to go through each and every ward, or the members can go through it. I think I have supplied enough papers or annex of that to each and every member to go through. Mr. Speaker, when you go through this report, you will realize that the Budget Committee has sat on this document elaborately, and we have ensured that each and every subsector has been involved. I would want to take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker. I would want to take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to thank the Office of the Speaker, the budget team within this Assembly, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the Budget Committee who have patiently and diligently worked on this document that will guide this House in the coming financial year, this financial that we are getting into, Mr. Speaker. And the journey has started on the delivery of this document, Mr. Speaker. With this, Mr. Speaker, I'll ask one Honorable Duale to second this report, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Duale. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do second the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Duale. The motion is open for debate. Honorable Karanja.
Hello. Oh, the mine is working, eh? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me first of all thank the chair. Is it working, eh? Let me first of all thank the chair for taking us through. And Mr. Speaker, you see, and I always tell the members that if you are not there, when we are starting making the budget, don't complain later. In actual sense, I was trying to take my calculus, and you know he was making a noise there. So I am telling him that this is the time we are making the not noise.
Honorable Karanja.
Yes.
You are supposed to withdraw that statement.
I have already withdrawn.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
With the positive semantics. Yes, and
yes,
now
Honorable Roberts.
withdraw.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to inform my friend, Honorable Karanja, that with due respect, you should withdraw that statement. I was not making noise, and the people of Kapkures knew very well that I am supposed to represent them in this Honorable County Assembly, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, do protect my people of Kapkures from this ugly and called for language from my friend Karanja. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker is already withdrawn, so he is making, it is good. Mr. Speaker, let us relook at what this physical strategy paper comes up with, because it is paramount. Mr. Speaker, and maybe the chair would, I would like the chair to note some of these things. Mr. Speaker, we were trying to look at, for example, 46. If you do go to 46, we have a municipality, ya Naivasha. Kwa municipality ya Naivasha, Mr. Speaker, if you do go there, the municipal, whatever they came up with as what they will do, Mr. Speaker, if you look that one and then you compare it with 90, the ceiling, Honorable Speaker, the committee proposes that this subsector ceiling be 85,227,313. I think you are there. Then it goes on to say that 24 million will be used for goods and services, and Kenya shillings 47 million will be used for development. Now, Mr. Speaker, let us go back to 46. Because now here is where we do make the budget. And if we go wrong here, and then we come complaining, then it will be suicidal. So, Mr. Speaker, do go back to at 40 what? 46. Hiki tunaenda pole pole. 46, Mr. Speaker. Now, where we have Naivasha municipality, I think, Mr. Speaker, you are there. Let me read the MTFE period of that. And you know it is 2024, 2025 to 2026, 27. Mr. Speaker, do read there. The subsector intended to construct 300 new parking slots. Mr. Speaker, are we together? That is 300 new parking slots, that is one. Develop infrastructure master. Install 15 solar street lights. Construct 15 kilometers of sewer reticulation. Improve 10 kilometers of drainage. Mr. Speaker, we are together. Improve 9 kilometer road to bitumen. Mr. Speaker, we are together. Construct 1 fire station. Construct 1 bus park. Purchase 1 fire engine. Procure 10 skipped bin and 60 litter bins, rehabilitate 3 green parks, construct 2 public toilets, undertake 6 cleanup exercises, construct and equip 6 social halls, and mark 15 public events and national events. So, Mr. Speaker, now go back to where I'm saying that where we do go wrong. Go back now to where we were 56. They have only 47 million. No, Mr. Speaker, you are there. And I think members, we are together, and I think Ichogona is there. Now, compare all that with the budget sitting on development of 47 million. Mr. Speaker, are we serious? With this one, and I think that was an oversight, maybe. And that's why we are saying...
Point of information, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to inform my learned senior
that what the municipal for Naivasha has done is to give a program of the things they hope and intend to achieve in those 3 financial years. The first financial year is 2024-2025. The second financial year is 2025-2026. And the last financial year is 2026. And so basically, they have indicated here the 300 new parking slots, 15 new solar street lights, one municipal infrastructure development plan and whatever, they intend to do all that in 3 financial years. But in this case, this particular paper, the county fiscal strategic paper, is only for this financial year. So I wish that my learned colleague can be guided on that.
Honorable
Karanja. Honorable PM, you see, this is one lot. This is the whole of this. You read.
Honorable Karanja, kindly address the House.
In actual sense, you know, I was shocked because maybe I'm wrong in terms of morphology, and maybe I'm very wrong. Mr. Speaker, you know now what we are talking about. We are talking about this strategy paper, physical strategy paper. And this physical strategy paper captures that particular period. When it comes to municipality, it gives the ceilings, Mr. Speaker. And it gives the ceiling for unless we are getting it wrong. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, when we are scrutinizing this, and that's why we were arguing here, it should be elaborate. And I think, Honorable Chair, when we were...
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I think I want to respond to that as a point of information. Honorable Karanja sits within the Budget Committee, and he realizes that when we talk about municipalities in a physical strategy paper, you must give everything that you must do. Because within the municipalities, we are expecting to be getting monies from either conditional or the unconditional grants that we must. For instance, in Naivasha, we are expecting to get around 400 million from the World Bank. So that all is catered within that. So within this strategy paper, we must give details as to what that money will be directed to, so that as this paper goes to the budget, we must regulate ourselves there, not any other extremities. Thank you.
We start guided. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, what I was we were arguing here is that we wanted to add from 46. We add some activities because that's where we are here. And because when you look at all what is being done, and on our barracks, we know that you are not building a bus park at Kinogi, nor are you doing a toilet at, you see now, it is congested in town. We are asking, and that's where we are here, we add grading and maraming and street lighting. Those sort of street lighting, they are only 15. We want to divide them according to the wards that form the municipality. Therefore, we want to increase that one to 30, Mr. Speaker, sir. And then we add another 20 kilometers grading and maraming. Mr. Speaker, because if it is not captured here, even if the money comes, whether from World Bank, whether from Canada, they will never be captured because they were not in the strategy paper. Therefore, what we are asking, and I know now Honorable PM will agree with me, is that we broaden the work plan, Mr. Speaker. We broaden that work plan to include that, I don't know whether he is writing, I can see himself not writing. So, Mr. Speaker, can we capture that we have 30 street lights, and 20 kilometers grading and maraming in Naivasha municipality. Then the other one, Mr. Speaker, that we wanted also captured is and modified is that of county attorney. We also want to know what the county attorney will be doing with the 3 million in terms of development. And this is now where we need to get the money from to enhance whatever we don't have. And the other thing that, Mr. Speaker, we wanted gotten is on the trade. You know, I'm chair of trade. They are building 15 markets. What? We want, when we are doing this one, we give the market by sub-county, Honorable Speaker, such that it will indicate that we will do 5 markets in this, 15 in this, other than the blanket, and then we'll be short-charged later. So you come members, we are together. If we will not do balancing now, it will never be done. And because it is not in the paper. So, Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay my case. And maybe the chair, because he's a good man, he will indicate that one. Maybe it was an oversight, because the whole thing was big.
Chairman, can you respond to that?
Mr. Speaker, I'll respond to that from Karanja, Mheshimiwa Karanja from Naivasha East. Now, Mheshimiwa Karanja, you realize that these are ceilings that are being set. And as far as we are concerned, within these regions that we are talking about, when you go to infrastructure, we have the fuel levy that we have. And fuel levy will take care of the grading and marraming of what we have, because the 290 million must be directed to such activities. At the same time, we have the KUSIP 2 coming, because, Mr. Speaker, I think when the paper, if Karanja was very much, if he participated very actively in the making of this document, he would have noted that at one part, we have around 600 million Kenyan shillings that will be distributed between this town, Nakuru City, the Gilgil, the Moro, and also Naivasha. So these are things that are on the pipeline, Mr. Karanja, Mheshimiwa Karanja, and I think let us not divert the attention of the House to other a fishing expedition.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Karanja, it's me who is controlling the House. Are you a member of this committee?
Yes,
the Budget Committee?
Yes.
Have you appended your signature on the document?
What I said, Mr. Speaker,
I'm just asking.
Is that there might be an oversight. That's why it comes.
Are you a member of this committee?
Yes, I am.
And
I'm not disputing, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
What I am doing, I'm enriching. There is a difference between being a protagonist. What I'm doing now is that we have seen that we could have added. And because these things are so many, that's why we are coming and adding something small. And because these are activities that ought to be done, Mr. Speaker, that's why we are asking whether they can be added. All what we are saying is good, Alex, because I was also part. But can we do increase the activities? You come and
Honorable PM.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the journey to have municipalities in place started a few years ago. And Gilgil and Molo were proudly granted the charters to have municipalities. And I'm proud that this House, a few months ago, approved various boards so that the municipalities can become operational. And I'm very proud that this government is doing its best, its level best, to ensure that the municipalities become fully operational. And Mr. Speaker, when I went through this document, I'm quite happy to see that we have set sufficient resources for both Gilgil and Molo. And having gone through their proposals, I think they are viable, but the only thing that I need to insist, just like my colleague Mheshimiwa Karanja, is that it is important that we strike a balance to ensure that all the wards which are included in the municipality benefit. To give a case in point, Mr. Speaker, in Gilgil municipality, we have Langalanga Center, which is part of the municipality, we have Kikope, and we have Gilgil Town. Therefore, when it comes to construction of 300 car parks, we would want to see a fair distribution. When it comes to putting up of street lights, the 15 of them, we'd want to see 5 street lights put up at Langalanga Center, and the 10 others distributed equally in the rest of the centers. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I am quite happy to see that we've also set enough resources for the education department. Mr. Speaker, we have very important programs running under the education department, namely the Lishe na Mama program, which is rolling out. We have a pilot project in Joro to ensure that the young ones and the little ones in the county are benefiting from Uji program to ensure that, first and foremost, we provide them with a nutritious meal, which will keep them alert in class and ensure that we are teaching very healthy kids who are able to concentrate during the lessons. Mr. Speaker, I've seen that we have put in place a good ceiling, which will accommodate all those programs, including bursaries and also digital learning programs and the rest. So, Mr. Speaker, I do support this document.
Thank you, Honorable Member. It's like members are now contented with the debates, unless there is any other member who wanted maybe to add something. Yes, Honorable Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, let me thank the Committee on Budget, the Chair, and the Committee in large for coming up with this County Fiscal Strategic Paper. However, Mr. Speaker, in page 20, where there is some development for Nakuru City, we have got 3 kilometers of new roads for Nakuru City, Mr. Speaker. We have got 35 street lights and 4.5 stormwater drainage. My worry, Mr. Speaker, is the criteria in which the development is being shared among the wards of the city. Nakuru City consists of 11 wards, Mr. Speaker. And I will urge the Chair and the committee that all the wards should be included in the development of this city, Mr. Speaker. I myself come from a ward whereby 15 years down the line since the devolution started, Mr. Speaker, we haven't seen development being realized in that ward, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will suggest that the 55 street lightings, as shown by the county fiscal strategy paper, should be shared equally among the 11 wards of the city, Mr. Speaker. If not, or should be the less developed wards, such as Kapkures, should be given more consideration. Mr. Speaker, in the place of the markets, which is 15 markets, Mr. Speaker, I will suggest that we share among the sub-counties, and within the sub-counties, see the wards which are, doesn't have any market, in order to have equitable distribution and fair distribution of the resources in Nakuru County, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think, Mr. Speaker, in this report, in this county fiscal strategy paper, the less privileged wards, especially in Nakuru City, should be considered. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support with amendment, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I like to support this document, of course, with the amendments, especially what Mheshimiwa Mariamu has said. But I have a concern, Mr. Speaker, mostly for the elected leaders of this House, the elected MCAs. There are some who are not in the House. And they are saying they want the budget process to go from the first step to the last one. Now, this is the beginning of the budget process. Mr. Speaker, let alone you find out that there are some people who are saying they have not been involved in the budget process. Yet now, they are not in the House to bring up their concerns. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting that, if possible, the Secretariat and the office to make sure that this document is sent to their emails, so that nobody will say that I didn't see I was not there when the county physical strategy paper, the report was being adopted. My humble request, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Your concerns are granted, and we shall make sure that every member will have this document, although they have a responsibility to be attending the sessions. It is a personal responsibility. Honorable Member from Kapkures, your concerns, I think the Chair Budget has noted them. Thank you. Honorable Kanyere.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this document, and just to highlight the issues that I've seen in this document. One is, according to this document, they've considered the youth, especially the production hubs. This is something to be allowed. And also, I want to join my fellow members on saying that, yes, we are putting the ceilings, but it will be prudent for us to itemize the things that we are putting. Just to mention what Honorable from Kapkures is saying, I also come from the city, and I can see in this Nakuru city, we've been given 55 million for development. So in my assumption, I assume being we are 11 wards in this city, each and every ward will be getting like 5 million. That is my assumption. So it is good for us to be in know-how, so that when it comes now to the ADP, the Annual Development Plan, and also we are going to pass the budget in the coming days, we know what we are passing. So it is good for the chairman to, if it is possible, let us, all the sectors, itemize what they intend to do with the money, because it comes a time when now the rubber meets the roads. It becomes now a fight. So mine is just to say that I stand here to support, and also my concern is I can see the county assembly development kitty has been given like 175 million. Also, as a member of this honorable house, I would like to know what are the development projects that are there for this, because I can see we have this beautiful building. I don't know if you're going to put another one, so I'm concerned for that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kanyere. And members, it is good we note that there is a difference between Nakuru County Physical Strategy paper and Nakuru County Budget Estimate paper. Kindly note that. Members, it's like we are done with the debate. Honorable Njuguna, do you have something to say before we wind up?
So thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sometimes I usually sit back to legalitate on what contributions of the members, but however, I stand to support and to say that now that there are time frames and timelines for the passage of this CFSP, we do not have much to say, but otherwise we support, and we also, as they are saying, though this is not actually the budget estimates, it is good for some of the departments, like the municipalities, where actually they do not hold the public participation, to be training what they are doing. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are also interested parties, so that going forward, we can now be able even to advise the executive in terms of the headquarter projects. Because if those in the municipalities are benefiting in one way or another, those wards that we are not known whether we are town, whether we are mashinani, or we are what, we really need to know what is going where. So that when I will be sitting with you, Chair, and there is a project from the headquarters that is coming to Elbagon, it ought now to be trained here. So that those who in the municipality and in the city will be knowing when we will be going actually to look onto some matters,
we'll be knowing that certain amount of money from the headquarter then must trickle down to the people of Elbagon. Therefore, otherwise, Chair, I know, and I know that the Chair is capturing that, so that in the future, if this municipality and the city, where they be bringing their settings, they be bringing with their projects, so that at the end of the, or rather, when we be going for the budget making processes, will be advised appropriately. Therefore, I beg to support and to say that we look forward to a timely passage of the budget. Now that we have these ceilings, we would wish that the budget to be passed on time. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the ward allocation bill, that is the Nakuru County Revenue Allocation Bill, it states that from February, the projects are supposed to have been known. Now that we have this CFSP, I believe, and the Chair is actually cognizant of that, that from now henceforth that we are expecting that the public participation to be started so that we can have enough time to go through our budget cycles, and so that during the month of June, we'll be passing our estimates so that at least we're going to buy time, so that come August, the procurement process will have been started, and actually we are not going to delay. Currently, Mr. Speaker, you know that we have not actually gone much, we have not done much, but we expect that things are going actually to be fastened, that now that we have the ceilings, let things actually start now rolling out as far as the budget cycle is concerned, and as far as the budget of 2024-2025 is concerned. I beg to support.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Chair, I know you've noted the good advice from the Honorable Member, and I want to give you this opportunity to wind up the debates.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beseech you that you allow me to speak from this position because of majorly the system, how it's working.
Allowed.
Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate members and note with concern what they have stated, but I also want to inform members that this is not the budget estimates. This is the county physical strategy paper. And those at municipalities, Mr. Speaker, there is a charter that each and every municipality work with. And within that charter, we shall have to sit at the municipality level, whereby within this physical strategy paper, we shall, yes, indicate that we shall get like the more street lighting, the more kilometers of roads that we have. Then, from there, you must get it at the municipality level, because this great house once sat here and passed the municipalities and the city boards. So at that point, Mr. Speaker, we gave them that autonomy as per se, how they operate their things. But Mr. Speaker, they must do public participation on the projects that they want to start in each and every ward. You cannot operate without doing public participation on each and every project that you do. So at that level, yes, it is possible, Mr. Speaker, with the plan that they have. Mr. Speaker, I want to say a lot of gratitude to the members of this House for standing through this long day. We have changed so many formulas, and I think members have now started or kick-started the budget process for the year 2024-25, 25-26, Mr. Speaker, and I think that one will be a good agenda, Mr. Speaker. So we shall be able to help members maybe at the city, at the municipalities, and we have also noted the concern from Elbagon that they also need to know their piece of cake. So that one will come at the budget estimates that time. But with the changes that members have noted, I think that document ought to go for the changes, and then we move on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate members for appreciating this document. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. And now I'll proceed to put it to question. That this House adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the Nakuru County Physical Strategy Paper 2024. that this House adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the Nakuru County Fiscal Strategy Paper 2024. That as many as of that opinion say aye. That as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, those are the orders of the day and the sitting.
Thank you. The House stands adjourned.